Yo, what up? How you doing? I'm Joe. So, I hope you all know the game called Escape the Backrooms or Inside the Backrooms. They're both games that LividNNeon and I have recently started playing a ton, but they got me thinking, what is the Backrooms? Is this the hardest game on the interwebs? And the most important question, what made the Backrooms so popular? The Backrooms can easily be described as a creepypasta. What is a creepypasta, you may ask? Well, I'm way too lazy to explain, so I'm letting past me explain it. Analog horror is tied into creepypasta. If you do not know what a creepypasta is, I would recommend Googling it because if I covered it in this video, this would be way too long.
Bruh.
Oh, past me didn't explain it? So I gotta do the work now? That sucks. According to Google, a creepypasta is a horror-related legend which has been shared around the internet. The term creepypasta has since become a catch-all term for any horror-posted content onto the internet. These entries are often brief, user-generated paranormal stories that are intended to frighten the readers. An example of a creepypasta is Herobrine from Minecraft. It began with a creepy photo of a yellow room with yellow floors and yellow walls, and it went viral. But that's not when the creepypasta was truly born. This one photo of a yellow maze is only the surface of why this is so creepy. Why is it horrifying? It wasn't until somebody posted a story explaining what the Backrooms was. It said, if you're not careful enough and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you will end up in the Backrooms, where there is nothing but the stink of old carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and the endless background noise of fluorescent light at the maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering, because it sure as hell has heard you. This is horrifying. I thought long and hard about this. Can this actually happen? I then remembered it's a creepypasta and not real life. As somebody who's a gamer, I know what no clipping is, and with this context, it's genuinely horrifying. What's no clipping? Have you ever played Pal World and fallen underneath the map? Well, that's no clipping. It's when you pass the wall, floor, or boundary of a game and you're not supposed to really be able to go there. It gives you a viewing angle of a very familiar area, but it's not as it seems. On top of this very familiar concept, you're being tracked, and that's horrifying. From this one photo and one user comment, a whole new world was opened to the gaming community. With that one photo, it allowed people like Kane Pixels to make 19 videos from this one creepypasta. On top of that, there's been 2 games that have been made to introduce us to this strange new world. It became so viral that even MadPat picked up on it. The Backrooms has had such a surge of popularity, and it got me thinking, why did the Backrooms become so popular? Did they figure out the equation of becoming successful? But when doing all the research for this video, looking into the gameplay from other people, looking at the subreddit and Discord, it got my 5 brain cells finally working together for once. This game sounded oddly familiar. A series of games that revolve around horror, a series of videos that take the point of view from inside the game universe, a sense of mystery and lore. Does that sound familiar to anybody else? Like, I heard a game franchise doing the exact same thing. If only I made a video on it. Oh yeah, the way this game franchise grew and developed is eerily similar to one of the ways the FNAF franchise became so popular. It used every medium to speed up the rate of growth. But why is it so popular? Like, could any run-of-the-mill game do what FNAF and the Backrooms did? Will they be popular as well? Or is it something else? Maybe the appeal behind these games is the mystery. Let's break it down. No clipping is something that is usually very frustrating in games, but introducing a new world saying no clipping is possible in reality is terrifying. Being chased around in a maze just to try and escape, but what is chasing you in these games? Like in FNAF, you know what's chasing you. Like, you know what exactly their names are and you know exactly what is trying to kill you. But what is this thing? Why is it chasing me? Is it called Jeffrey? Is there a cotton-headed ninny muffin? What is this? Why is it chasing us? Why is it chasing me? Learning and understanding. Wanting to seek out what is the unknown. Trying to find an end to what we are being told is an almost endless maze. Almost impossible place to escape from. I know from my own personal experience, if I'm presented with a challenge, I go all out, trying to completely sweep through my competition. For me, the appeal of the Backrooms is a chance to take on an entirely new but familiar world, with one hope to escape. Being able to look for a whole new place to solve, the lack of lore or difficulty of putting the story together. They made the ultimate ARG. An ARG is an alternate reality game that spans over different mediums. I'm going to be using the Wilbur Soot ARG to explain what an ARG truly is, just because that's really the only ARG that I'm familiar with. By including videos on multiple channels, you have hints of what you're trying to search for, to piece together a story or the lore. But how is the Backrooms an ARG? It's not a video series, is it? Oh look! Kane Pixels made 19 videos on this game, this world, this ARG. Just like FNAF was the ultimate puzzle, discovering new things, searching for answers, puzzling pieces together to discover where the Backrooms was. Is it survivable? And can you escape? There is the appeal. There is where you can find the success in it. It somehow targets all genres of video games fans. The lore hunters, the theorists, the completionists. Being able to say that you fully understand a game is what some people strive for. That's why game channels like the Game Theory channel became so popular. It targets every type of gaming fan. But if that's so, we already talked about how it handles the theorists / lore hunters. But then, what about the other types of gamers, such as the casual gamers, the gameplay enthusiasts, the content creators, and the speedrunners? How does this game appeal to them? The difficulty draws in so many people. Also, instead of everybody flocking in at once, I believe it was a chain reaction. The chain began with the gameplay enthusiasts and the casual gamers. They discovered this game. There was a free-to-play version of this game and a paid version of the game. They were called Inside the Backrooms and Escape the Backrooms. With these two games, the whole fandom had access to it. You yourself now had the opportunity to venture into this brand new world, which is why a lot of theorists hopped in as well. They are all on the hardest difficulty. When I wrote the script, I had 3 hours of gameplay recorded, and during my first recording session, I had barely finished one level. And there are 99 different levels. This got the eyes of the entire gaming community on this game, on this world. Speedrunners wanted to see how fast they could beat such a hard and long game. The completionists developed their skills over time and allowed them to handle such difficult levels, and maybe it would allow them to handle difficult levels on other games. All of that, it gave momentum for it to dominate the YouTube space. It made the game advertise itself and blow up. This drew in the content creators. The mystery, the lore, the difficulty, the thrill this game gave to its community gave the game the success it deserves. In simple terms, yes, I believe so. I may be wrong, but I wouldn't be entertaining the idea of this being the hardest game on the internet wasn't true, and I truly believe that this is a fact. The game itself is 99 levels, which is difficult as is, but within each level there are several levels like it. It's the course of discovery, the way to escape these levels. Some early levels are easy, like some levels, it's easy to find your way out. All you have to do is just escape these yellow offices. But with others, it involves flicking switches to open doors to then finding the correct path. Then, to just die to a creature roaming the level. As you progress and finding the exit becomes exponentially harder. And the creatures in those rooms become exponentially stronger as well. It's a trial by fire. It's all about fight for your life. Do you live or die? It's one of the most difficult games on the internet because it's all about struggling. Some games are fun because they revolve around a character that you are super familiar with, that you will love. So the appeal comes from the foundation of that character has already built in the past. I'll use the Spider-Man game as an example, and I'm not gonna lie, that game is the reason why this video is so delayed. Though it's not the hardest game on the internet, the appeal is the action sequences and that you get to play as one of your favorite superheroes. The appeal for this game is the creepypasta and the difficulty, the thrill of the chase. Now there are games like Osu and Geometry Dash that are difficult because of timing. Now there are other games that some people could say are way harder. And if my friend said one of those games were the hardest games of all time, I'd still debate them that the Backrooms are harder. For me, this game is hands down one of the hardest games I've ever played. And if you think otherwise, let me know your thoughts on the hardest game on the internet, and I might make a video on it. Until the next one, peace!